right, welcome everybody. It is election night. We have got a result and people are literally in the streets across the country celebrating a final decision in the Pipe Classic Qualifier. We know that it has been a tumultuous primary. It's been a long election season, but we are very happy to be delivering our result to you tonight. So stay tuned because we have got our winners, both our competitors on the line, our two finalists. We're going to announce the winner. We're actually going to have a real-time live interview with them, as well as a special interview with last year's champ, two-time champ, Crunk, Krunkelstein, aka Captain Crunk. So stay tuned for that. I am your host, Eli Harrington, joined as always by my host, Raj Singh. Raj in Tech, thank you for joining us. So Raj, we have got a big night tonight. We're going to go through, we're going to rename, shout out all the competitors who participated. Before we do, let's show these folks again one of the prizes that's on the line, because not only are you going to get a chance to be part of the Pipe Classic, but we've actually got some very real physical prizes that we're going to be sending out very shortly. So without further ado, why don't you tell us what the folks are going to win here, Raj?
Sure. So what we're going to be seeing here is the second place prize, a purple on black Mirage. This will be going to the second place winner. Both our contestants are going to walk away today with torches. So thank you, GTT, for that.
Glass Torch Technologies, thank you. So again, both these finalists who we're going to talk to are going to win a torch. This will be for our runner-up, and for our winner, Raj, what's the other torch that we have here?
Now here we have the black on black Ninja. This thing puts out some heat.
So that is a huge prize. Both these, we thank again Glass Torch Technologies. You see the beautiful detail on these. Again, everybody's a winner who participated, and we thank you all. And our two finalists, each one is going to get something. So really appreciate it. It's really been a big week leading up. And we're going to hear from the man himself, Tito Byrne, who's going to tell us a little bit about this process behind the scenes. But before we do, Raj, we have a bracket breakdown. We want to just start and recap how we got here. Shout out the names of all of our competitors. So we're going to do this, read all the names, and then we've actually even got a awesome video montage that will play after we go through. So with that said, let's do for one more final time our bracket breakdown. All right, so again, we started out with 32 competitors. You can see this all at the Pipe Classic Burn Gallery website, burngallery.com, where literally, Raj, we have had tens of thousands of people checking out the website and really checking out all these artists. So before we check this out, maybe you can just talk a little bit about this exposure, because I know you're somebody who's online, you're active on Instagram. And just tell us a little bit about the energy and the activity that we've had throughout this week.
I mean, just being part of Pipe Classic, being part of the qualifier, you get so much exposure from so many avenues, and everybody who comes out of Pipe Classic comes out a better artist. Your game is upped by several degrees. There's really no losing in the Pipe Classic.
And like we said, with this qualifier, being able to expand this even more, and highlight even more artists from all around the world, the collectors who have been participating, really big shout out to all of you. So let's go ahead and start. Raj, why don't you start with the Glass Torch Technologies bracket. This is on the left side of the screen if you're looking at this on a desktop. And we'll just shout out and big up all the competitors from this side of the bracket.
So first up, Pogo Glass. Thank you. Next up after that, we have Tony Nails Wagner. Then after that, Hallycat Glass, Sketchy Glassworks, Rich Villa, Surreal Productions, Squirrel and Bee, Hex Glass with that excellent TIE Fighter, Terry Sharp,
one of our finalists,
Taffy the Gray, Joe Morrison Glass, thank you for the pizza, Glasgow Glass, Turtle Glass, Doc Glass, Oak Locoboro, and Jeff Spaga.
All right, so congratulations again, and thank you to all of our competitors who were in the Glass Torch Technologies bracket. If you're looking at this on a screen on the right side, the Moodmats bracket, we had our finalist, Windstar Glass taking on Anton Glass. We had Mama Glass and McMilliman, Glass Lennon and the J. Howard Glass Artist. And again, all the Instagram handles are on here, so please go give all these fine folks a follow. Blitzkriega and J. Walker Glass, Baller Glass and Broken Glass Design, Heather Glass, IG Sandman, we had I'm a Box Fan and Yano Glass, Blossom Glass, and Glasshole. So again, big up, thank you to all of our competitors, especially being part of this first-time event, Raj. I know that we had a lot of action throughout the week. We were so much engagement with all the competitors, with people, with the fans and the collectors. So again, thank you to all of you who made this possible. Speaking of, Raj, we have got a chance to do an interview before we announce our winners, and we are going to do that very shortly. We're going to bring up Tito, and he's actually going to announce the winners in true Pipe Classic fashion. So, before we do that, we have got on the Zoom line, joining us from all over the country right now on this momentous night, we have got our 2 finalists for this year. That's Terry Sharp and Windstar Glass. And then we have got a 2-time, the only 2-time champ, 2 years ago, and the year before that. Back-to-back, Captain Crunk, a.k.a. Krunkelstein. So, thank you all for joining us. Can everybody hear us on the Zoom there? Yeah, all right. Everybody's nodding. There we go. All right, so go ahead and unmute yourselves. Let's go ahead and start with you, Crunk, if you don't mind. Just real quick, shout out where you're joining us from, and all you guys. Maybe let's go around, do Crunk, Windstar, and Terry. Just tell the folks where you're joining from.
I'm here in Milwaukee.
I'm here in Pueblo, Colorado.
All right.
I'm here in Indianapolis, Indiana.
All right, rock on. So, joining us from all over the place, and again, Windstar and Terry, congratulations again, both of you guys being our finalists. We're going to bring Tito up, but Crunk, we thought we'd start out, again, as a 2-time defending champ. Just share a little bit of insight with these guys. What were you thinking going into this, and what were maybe some things that you thought before you started that maybe changed when you actually got in through your first year? So, you know, what do you think going in, and were those impressions right or wrong?
I'm not exactly sure about your question, but I will say it's much more relaxing to not be competing and to watch other people. I mean, it's still actually a little bit, tense just to know what people are going through doing these things, and you know, and how much work it goes into it. And yeah, I mean, I competed 4 years in a row, and tell you, it's pretty exhausting because I do. I get pretty wrapped up in it. Especially the 3 last years, I was thinking about what I wanted to make all year. And, it's really a process because you really have to, in order to win something like this, you have to bring a lot of different key elements to the table to get a lot of different people to like your piece. So, I mean, I know what these guys are going through, and I know it's been probably pretty stressful for them, and I know they put a lot of work into these pieces besides cuts and burns and all that you get. Just mentally, it's a real workout making these competition pieces. So, yeah, hats off to you guys. Everybody in this whole competition really made some impressive pieces of glass, and that stuff is what helps push the glass industry forward. And, just you see crazier and crazier stuff getting made every year, and this is a big reason for it.
So, Crunk, like you said, you've been through the gauntlet 4 times, and like you said, it's super exhausting. Do you have any advice for getting through the after-hours Pipe Classic? Pace yourselves. That's really where the challenge comes in too. That's the thing that they're. I'm not exactly sure what you're asking. Are you asking about the partying afterwards there? Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I gotta imagine it's pretty different not being there in person. So hopefully these guys are having some good celebrations at home there, and I know you guys are probably having a good time. But yeah, that's where the old 13th man comes in, where you never know what's going to happen, and you might party a little too hard and just go ahead and sleep through half your session when you're competing. So you gotta pace yourself there.
Awesome, excellent advice. Crunk, last question for you before we kick you to our competitors real quick. anything that you saw that really stood out from you with some of the pieces, and I know, only so much we want to talk about judging, but any techniques or things that you saw throughout this or pieces that stood out besides our finalists here or kind of techniques or sort of, what are you looking for going forward?
I personally, I like to see a pretty large piece for a competition type piece, because I feel like it's got to really stand almost as if it's in a gallery. And I also, you also want to see detail. So it's so difficult because there's so many different angles you can go for, and you don't really know, especially in the classic, you don't really know who's going to exactly show up and have a ticket to vote. And so you're really just trying to do some impressive things. And I think the best thing that an artist can do is just stick with what they do best, really, and not get too crazy out there. You want to make a nice, big, presentable piece, but you also there's certain risks you want to take, because we all know that anything can really happen when you're under pressure like that. So a lot, I would say, especially for presentation, bright colors is always like a big thing as well, or contrast. And to even go to these the finalist pieces here, like Terry had a really good contrast with the black and white aspect, and then he also had a bit of a political, or not political, but just
Current events.
Current event, thing, which is always can be pretty powerful. And Windstar's piece really was, I don't know, I guess a very different style, and it was really a light, and all the windows. Her windows are great, and the way she used them and actually cut them out there and made this. It looked like a pretty big piece. I'm not exactly sure, but it really, they both had very different aspects, but they used the talents and their best skills and really pushed themselves to make some out of the box pieces.
Beautiful, Kronk. That's great analysis. And again, as somebody who's a legend in this Pipe Classic, we really appreciate your time. Thanks for tuning in and joining us. Welcome to stick around. We're going to be talking to Terry and Shayla again, but real quick, guys, we'll start with you, Terry. Maybe just tell us a little bit about kind of this process and how seeing all these different pieces has maybe made you think about, this piece and what you'd put in a competition, or kind of just your own piece and why you think it's helped make it through.
Well, I like to use these competitions as a format to push myself, like just beyond anything I've ever done. I try to stay away from what I normally make and just try and just think about what's going on around me and, just kind of go from that. And of course, we're going through this crazy time right now. So the first thought was make a mask. And then I just kind of thought a little bit more about it. And the bubonic plague thing just really seemed like it could fit. Having the beak, and I could make that part of the mouthpiece, having the hat, having the skull, and I could put, the water piece inside of that, and just kind of went from that.
Yeah, we loved it. I mean, so topical, and seeing that video with the explanation and showing it and tipping it, showing the function, that was just so cool, added another dimension. And congratulations again, Terry. It's really an awesome piece, and appreciate you sticking on the line here for the full announcement. Shayla, Windstar Glass here. Congratulations again to you and to Terry both. Tell us a little bit sort of about your piece that maybe something we don't know and what you're thinking going through this competition and, what you want to take out of this and maybe adapt for the Pipe Classic if you do come out on top here.
So whenever I go into a competition, I really look at it as a self-achievement moment, the moment I can step out of my own skill set or box, like Terry said. And with this piece, I really pushed myself on multiple levels and dimensions. I pushed myself on cold working. I pushed myself on function. I pushed myself on sculptural. And, I really want to come out, win, lose, or draw, and be able to show people exactly what I could bring to the table And one of the best things about this competition, I feel, is that it is so diverse. And in the end, you do have two amazing pieces that are so hard to choose from. I love Terry's work. I really respect Terry's. He's done an incredible job competing against me for years. And yeah, I think my piece deserves to be up there. And I think that, you know, it's been an incredible experience. I've taken a look at the other competitors' work, and I love the variety. And one of the things I'm really going to work hard on in the next year, whether I go to Pipe Classic or not, is making bigger, better, more intricate, and you know, just keep reaching for the stars.
Awesome.
These competitions always make me pretty higher.
So I know you guys each spend about a week or two on your pieces, plus a whole week campaigning, and you're both probably pretty tired, so I'm going to make this an easy one. What was your favorite piece from one of your fellow competitors? Terry, why don't you go first?
What was my favorite piece? I really like Ballard's gun. It was really nice. Shayla's piece is awesome too. I mean, hands down, she's great, man. I've been competing with her forever. But I think everyone made a really nice piece. Everyone went above and beyond, I think. So thanks for everyone that voted and stuff, because that was really hard. I couldn't imagine being in that seat.
Windstar.
So one of the pieces I was really impressed with was Hallie Katz. I really want to get down with her and talk about how she did that imagery on that piece, because it blew me away. It was absolutely gorgeous. My girl Mama threw down and produced this epically huge piece that I was super impressed with. My homie Josh McDaniels, that is the cleanest Millie work I've ever seen him produce. It was super sexy. Hex threw down hard. I'm really impressed with the competitors that I've seen their work evolve, and it's awesome to be up there competing with these guys when I haven't seen them in over a year now. So wish I could give you all hugs.
I know all of us here, and especially the Burn Gallery team, we cannot wait to be back and doing this in person. Again, congratulations to both of you and to all of our competitors who are part of this. So much respect for all of you, and so much sincere appreciation. We're going to bring up the man himself to announce the winner in just a second. Before we do, we want to give our host, Rajan Tech, a chance to sign off and thank him again. The man behind the torch who's been bringing the commentary. Raj, thank you very much. Any final words for the folks before we bring up Tito and announce the winners?
I just have nothing but thanks for everyone who put this whole thing together, the Burn crew, the production crew, and all the artists who just brought it to 110%. And yeah, I love you all.
Awesome. Much respect. You too,
Yeah.
Raj. Thank you.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right. So, with that said, we are going to bring on man who needs no introduction, founder of the Pipe Classic, the man who put this all together. He's been working so hard behind the scenes. You guys have no idea, as he always does. To introduce our winner, Mr. Tito Byrne.
Woo!
Yeah. All right.
All right, thank you all so much. What a week. The ups, the downs, the chaos. I just want to thank all you fans for taking part. What an amazing event. Also, I want to thank the Pipe Classic Council for stepping in just when things were getting out of control. Thank you all so much. And a big thank you to the competitors. What bravery it took to jump into the great unknown, into this competition for the first time, and it was just a spectacular performance. You all battled valiantly. Well done. I also now want to thank our sponsors. First, of course, GTT. They have been sponsoring since day one, and let me tell you, there would be no Pipe Classic events if it were not for them. Thank you guys so much. And when I called Wally, I told him about what we were going to do. We wanted to provide something during this shitty pandemic, and I told Wally about the story, and since they supported for so many years, I wanted to just give them the sponsorship, and really the prize was supposed to be getting into the Pipe Classic Qualifier, but Wally said, no. He said, let's make this more interesting, and they threw in those torches, and that's when things got really intense. Then, my friends from Moodmats, Mike and Jules, love the idea too, and they stepped in as the second official sponsor of Pipe Classic Qualifier, and that enabled us to bring you this show, the Bracket Breakdown Live, which I think was the greatest innovation of this whole competition. Eli and Raj absolutely crushed it, and I love this. You're gonna see a version of this show at the Future Pipe Classic for sure. Next, I want to thank Green State Gardener. It's a grow shop here in Burlington, but they have a website and sell nationally. It's where I get my personal grow products. I love them. They are great, super knowledgeable. They'll always help you. Next, I want to thank the Flow magazine. Maureen James has kept the torch alive on the tradition of the Flow mag. Also, another competitor who's been sponsoring since day one. Thank you so much, because the story needs to be told, and the Flow magazine is really the only publication that's made it this whole time. We've seen so many come and go, but the Flow is there to stay, and they tell the story, and thank you, Maureen. We need you. Next, I want to thank Glass Alchemy. Jody and Thomas. Glass Alchemy is the best color company on earth, straight up. And they're innovating, and they've also sponsored since day one. And thank you both so much for believing in Pipe Classic. Next, I want to thank Vermont Cannabis Solutions. This is Tim and Andrew. This is the Burn Gallery's personal attorneys, and they're helping us navigate through the tax and regulate cannabis process, and they can help you too. What an amazing time we have here. If you guys want to start a cannabis company, they will help you navigate the tricky process. Next, I want to thank Ropana, Andrew, and Rachel actually getting married. Congratulations, guys. And what great people and great products. It really shows. The fact that they're such great people really shows in their products. We sell a ton of it at the Burn Gallery, and we do great. And thank you guys for the support. Next, I want to thank Fat Guy Edibles. If you guys have been to a Pipe Classic, you no doubt have gotten some Fat Guy treats. He throws them out all week long. I personally love them. There's no better way to stop time than a good Fat Guy Edibles treat, in my opinion. Next, I want to thank Torch Talk. Mike Mason. What an amazing job this guy has done. His on-site reporting, his tutorials, the videos, the podcast, but it's that Facebook group that I love the most. Like the Flow magazine, it gives us a place to all gather and in one place on a social media level, and we need that so bad. And it's really entertaining, and I love that, and thank you, Mike. I want to also thank Willie's Wood. Willie has been such an undying supporter of the Pipe Classic. He always sponsors year after year. First, we met him with Destinations, then D-Nail, and now he started his own company, Willie's Wood, with some beautiful dabbers, and he just loves the pipe scene. And thank you, Willie, for supporting. Next, I want to thank Stoked crew. I mean, I could say so much. Charlie and Zach and now Tasha doing amazing things in the scene, supporting events like this, and we really need that. Without that financial support and the emotional support, the scene just doesn't grow. And thank you guys. Thank you so much for doing that. And last but certainly not least, I want to thank Las Vegas. Amy is one of the most beautiful, loving people I've ever met, and the events were hurt in this pandemic, maybe worse than any other industry, and they need us worse than ever. Please support Las Vegas. This is an event that loves the pipe scene and supports it and grows it and nurtures it. And please, everyone, support Las Vegas now more than ever. And I think now this has brought us to the moment we've all been waiting for.
Haha, all right. In true Pipe Classic fashion.
The envelope, please. Why, thank you. The winner of the Pipe Classic Qualifier is Windstar Glass!
Oh! Yeah, congratulations.
Congratulations to Windstar Glass. You have won the Pipe Classic Qualifier, and you will be competing in Pipe Classic 15. Congratulations.
Beautiful. Family affair over there. Teach them, Ute. Congratulations. Congratulations, WinStar. And congratulations to you as well, Terry. We know how big of a competition this was. And again, how much respect all of you have and how much respect all of us have for you, especially making it this far. So, Terry, we want to give you a minute or two here. Please, any last words, throw out some props. Make sure to tell folks where they can find you, where they can find your work, how they can support you. Please, as our runner-up second place, congratulations. The floor is yours.
Thank you, guys. I just want to give a big shout out to WinStar. Girl, you deserve that. Good job.
Woo!
I want to thank everyone that sponsored the event. Thank you to the whole Burn Gallery crew and to the Pipe Classic crew. I mean, what a great opportunity. I just can't say enough about how awesome this was. It's been a crazy roller coaster the whole time, but that's what pipe is all about. That's why we do this. It's ups and downs. And hey, thank you guys very much. Thanks to all the sponsors, everyone that entered a piece. It's just awesome. So yeah, thank you guys.
Awesome. Congratulations, Terry, and thank you again. Really.
Well done, Terry. Well done.
Beautiful.
Great show.
All right, and the winner of the first ever Pipe Classic qualifier, she's going to be coming to Pipe Classic. We cannot wait to see with this awesome belt on, hopefully. So congratulations, WinStar, again. Tell us where folks can find you, how to support your work, and what to look for. The floor is yours.
Thanks, guys. You can find me on Instagram at WinStar_glass. You can support me through there. You can support me through the shops that purchase my glass. Thank you all for the honor, and thank you, Terry, for throwing down so hard. It was truly incredible to have such strong competition, and trying not to cry right now because it's true.
No, it's awesome. Thank you so much, and congratulations. You guys were amazing. Kronk, thank you for joining the stream and being an ambassador for this community as well. We really appreciate you. And, before we wrap up here, just want to give a big shout out to everybody at the CannaPlanners team behind the scenes. You guys can't tell the amount of work they've done back here. And everybody from the Burn team. And really, you know how these guys do it. It's a team. It's a family. Everybody steps up. Sarah, Patty, everybody who's in the shop, Max, Eric, obviously Tito, Jeff, who has been running point, making these awesome videos. So, again, just a huge, tremendous amount of respect for everybody that helped make this and put this on. Tito, this was an amazing first-time event. It was a privilege for me to be involved, to be able to hang with Raj, and to just be part of this momentous event. I think it meant something extra doing this during the election, the presidential election, which we're doing this rap show as people are out there honking their horns in the street. And, whatever you think about it, it's just something that we're never going to forget. The first of its kind. We cannot wait to take the feedback, and we've been listening, and especially you, all this feedback, incorporating it. And again, just with so much respect and gratitude to everybody who's in this community, past, present, and future. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for making the Pipe Classic Qualifier a truly special event. And we cannot wait to see you all in person at the Burn Gallery in 2021. In the meantime, please be well, take care of each other, and we will see you soon.
Thank you all.